What's going on, y'all? Tonight, this is the Battle Blaster coming at you tonight. I thought that I would come and talk to you guys tonight about something serious. What is voting? So we're gonna start off. We're gonna lead off with the voting first, and we'll continue in with other situations that's going on. I've been watching, and I've been saying this to so many black people today. Stop voting for the Democrats. Stop voting for the Republicans because neither one of them like us. We should hold our votes, or we should get somebody who's running independently. Even if we know we're going to lose, we should put our votes behind somebody who's neither or. There's always an independent on the ballot for president. I want you to understand something, and I want you to get this through your thick ass heads. As black people, no one wants to do anything for us. We vote for Democrats loyally, but these people, they keep prioritizing other cultures, other people over us. We need a hate crime bill. We're not getting one, but the Asians got one. The gays got one. Now the Jewish people getting one, and they're the least to be racially targeted or just picked on period by a group of people. Dude, who's next supposed to get one? What is it? Purple people eater motherfuckers, they gonna get one next? We can't even get that. We can't even get reparations, which we are owed it. We can't even get adequate housing for our people. And these people, they want us to vote for them. They constantly come around the second, going into the third year of the presidency, when they're about to go through their re-elections and everything. They start coming out and they start pandering to us, because this is all they do. They pander. They sit down and they'll sit there and say, "Oh, we've always been there for you, black people, but we just can't get nothing done. See, even though we have the House and the Senate, it's those mean Republicans who's not giving us the chance to do something for you." Well, as a president, you can veto shit. You can even do a presidential what you call a presidential, what's it called, a presidential decree or whatever they call it, and you can get that. And even though it can be struck down once the new guy comes in, but guess what, you can get it done. And I'm just thinking, just out loud, supposing like this idiot worth to say, "Okay, I'm gonna give y'all reparations." Down now, he goes signs this into law 3 months before he's out of office, right? Say another motherfucker come in there, they could turn around and they can veto it and say this will not be because it didn't go through the Congress. It didn't get approved by Congress. So watch out for that. But one day, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you this little story. One day I was talking to a friend of mine, and this is when Trump was running for president. And he's like, "Man, you gonna go to vote?" I said, "No." "Man, it's important to vote, man. We're going to have Donald Trump in here. He going to mess everything up for us. He going to do this, he going to do that." I said, "You know what?" I said, "Yeah, you might be right, but guess what? At least I am comfortable with a racist who's going to tell me what he's going to do to me, compared to a racist who's going to pat me on the back and stab me in the back at the same motherfucking time." So, you know what I mean? Pick your poison. Now, look, going on 3 years later, we're being pushed out of our neighborhoods by illegals who are coming here. I mean, it's ridiculous how they help these people. They give them everything, and they're just, when I say they give them everything, the illegals get money. The government put set-asides for them. You got abandoned houses that's in decent condition. They move them in those abandoned houses. They give them what they call that. They give them I'm about to say equipment. They give them things so they can fix up the houses that they're living in for free. These people ain't got to pay no taxes for the next 5 years until they get themselves situated. They giving them $450,000 a piece just for coming in this bitch. Come on, man. Driver's license. They don't have to take a driver's test and they can't fucking drive. And all of them don't like black people, or they look at black people like we such bad people. Not all of us are bad. Just like not all of them are good. These people are sinking us. But see, in the Bible, it tells you that the children of Israel is a stiff-necked people. Now, mind you, if the so-called Jewish people that claim they are the children of God or whatever, or Israel, if they really truly say they were, they will be in our predicament, because the Bible simply says that there will be no power in thy hands in the country that they will be in the strange land that they'll be put into. They will be the borrower, never the lender. It was also said that we would go through hardships like people murdering us, and no justice will come unto us. Now, I ain't saying it correctly, but that's basically what it's saying. It speaks all of this, but the so-called people who call themselves Jewish people, they're rich. But the Bible always say this: I know thy counsel and thy crafty, and what's it? I know thy counsel, and their oh man, oh my goodness. In other words, he's saying he knows the way they act and who they really are. I know thy counsel and their craftiness. Those who say they are Jews but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, which means, in plain English, the people who sit down and say they're Jewish and all that stuff, they're not really Jewish people. They're just pretenders. They're people who took our identity, gave us by name. What in the Bible says, you will be given by names, which means nigger, black, Negro, colored, African American. You know what I'm saying? All these different names they give us, but they never tell us who we really are. See, these people know who we are. Hell, it's even put out in Hollywood. Even if black people were to sit down and just read, there's something. What is it called? Columbus's Memoirs or something like that. It's a book. You can buy it, but it talks about Balboa. That was his name. Balboa was Columbus's boy. He was like his right hand man. And Balboa wrote in his journal. He said the people that he first came in contact here in this country, he said they were black. And he said that they had a form of, they said they had their language was of a form of Hebrew. So in other words, they had a Hebrew dialect. And if you ever really want to research this, go on Google and see. It talks about them in the Grand Canyon. They found Egyptian relics in the Grand Canyon. There's been Egyptian in some Jerusalem artifacts, old artifacts that date back to after Christ or before Christ. Excuse me. So, what are you talking about? These people know who we are, but like I said, here we go. When it comes to us voting, we vote against our own economic and our own interests. Trust me, I understand. I believe the Republicans will never give us a crime bill. They would never give us equal protection of the law, because in this country we are considered to be their fun. When it's time to murder us, they're supposed to be able to murder us willy-nilly and freely without no repercussions nor no time in jail. They are to be just blameless. Case in point, there was a old piece of white trash woman. This is, I think it's down in was it in Florida? It was in Florida. And this lady, she would chase these kids off of a piece of property that wasn't even her property. She didn't own the field the kids was in. She lived in the apartments that the kids lived in. So if you live in the same apartments as those kids and you talking about you own that property, well, why won't you just go ahead on and just build a house and keep people out? Or which is better for you to do, get yourself a 6-foot fence and have it put in the stall all the way around the property, if it was your property. But again, it isn't. It was an open piece of field that they said all the children played in. Because the black kids was in there, you chose to go out there and call them out their names, call them all racial slurs. And then you picked up a skate, threw it at one of the kids, and took an iPad that wasn't yours. There was one of the kids that left it behind because you ran them off. And then when the parent, she goes to retrieve the iPad and asks, why did you throw a skate at her kid, which the skate hit the kid. This woman fired through her door, striking a woman in her chest, and killed her basically instantly, right in front of her oldest child, which is about 9 or 10 years old, it said. And guess what your boy Biden's justice is doing? Absolutely fucking nothing. But wait, if the Asians got in anything, we right here. We right here for the Asians. If the Mexicans or the Latin people got something, went against them, we're right there. If it was some Jewish people doing anything, we're right there. You have to understand that we are not on their agenda. We are only agenda we're on when it comes to them is them killing us, trying to reduce our population. This is why they introduced the homosexuality bullshit on us. This is why they want us to support their LGB shit. And you see, and I want you to understand something, black people. Stop trying to think you're going to get from underneath the banner of oppression when it comes to you trying to be with these white people and trying to put your lot in there with them when it comes to the LGBT, QRST, WXYZ bullshit. Just because you gay or whatever, you're not going to get the same protection under the law as they do. And it has been proven plenty of times. Those gay people will fucking string you up and put you underneath the bus along with the rest of us. So don't ever think that you are different from us. Just because you want to be gay, you go on and be gay. Do what you got to do. But don't sit up here and put your lot in when it comes to trying to not to be mistreated in this country, because number one, you're black and you're always going to be mistreated in this country unless we stand up and take a motherfucking stand. And as far as that lady's concerned who shot that woman and killed her, I want to talk about this for a second. George Zimmerman got away with killing Trayvon Martin. And when he did that, it was like a floodgate came through. A floodgate of murderers who would later murder young black men, black women, black children. They came through because they saw that he got away with it. So now they're running around thinking they can get away with it. And see, none of us stood up and said, I'm going to get George Zimmerman. All these gangs, you mean to tell me out of all these gangs, nobody didn't want to go and handle business? Out of all these, you so-called hardcore gangs, you rather kill your own than go out there and fucking slice the throat or cut that motherfucker's head off or hang him by his motherfucking genitals. See, this is what I said, black men are cowards. Because I'm going to tell you a little story. Back in my father's days, like I told y'all before, my dad was born in the 20s. Men like him in the community would have fucking caught George Zimmerman, and they would have staked his ass out, and they would have found out where he'd be at certain times, and they would have fucking, when they knew they had a clear shot at him, it would have been on like motherfucking Donkey Kong. You wouldn't have heard nothing else about George Zimmerman besides they found him hanging in a tree or his body being dumped somewhere, or maybe you won't ever hear from his ass again. But like I said, the point is, black people, black men in general, we become cowards. A lot of us can't even fucking fight. We have to pick up a gun and shoot it at each other because we don't know how to fight. Shit is bullshit. Like I said, we are cowards. When you start taking the power back from these bastards, see, the point is we don't know how to make people fear us no more. We need to make these people fear us. Because if they don't fear us, then they going to feel like they're going to do whatever they want to do, like this lady. Like that man who shot that other kid in his fucking head as he knocked on his door and went to the wrong house, but he, you know what I'm saying? The shit is fucking ridiculous. Shit's ridiculous. You know, I saw something today, and let me get off of that for a second. I'm gonna get on to something else. Wait, before I get on to something else, let me just close this up. Black men who are raised by their mothers, a lot of them are cowards, and I'm gonna say this: a lot of them are cowards, because when you had a father in the home, a lot of them cats back in the day who had fathers, you knew they had fathers. It was the way they walked, the way they talked, the way they moved, the way they did things. A lot of these cats who didn't have mothers in the house, either they were bullies and they was taking it out on another group of kids, or they were just cowards and didn't want to fight or couldn't fight. Most of them were like that. So what a lot of them would do is they would turn around and they would pick on people because they knew the other kids probably wouldn't fight back. It was easy for them to pick on a child that wouldn't fight back because either that child was feared to fight back. Again, raised by single mothers. Because a man is really going to sit down and say, I ain't going to let my son get bullied. You're going to learn how to put your dukes up and fight, or you're going to do something. But I had to put that out there. Yeah, we're going to go into another little thing, too, because this all comes together in one lump sum. Black women and black men. I'm going to start with the black women first. Black women, stop thinking you're going to get yourself a man that makes six figures and you got 800 kids, or you got you got issues, or you overweight, or just because you got a good job, you think you need somebody to have that same type of income. If a man's bringing home money and is righteously bringing it home, y'all need to fucking just shut the fuck up and just take what you can get. If the man's good to you and he loves you, he loves the babies that y'all make, or he like the kids that you have, bitch, be thankful and be happy. Serious, bitch, be fucking thankful and be happy. Somebody gonna take your fucking big head ass fatherless children with your dumb ass, or take you and make you an honest woman and have babies with you. Stop trying to chase the fucking asshole dudes, the fucking the dick boys, you know what I mean? The fuck boys and shit. Stop trying to just stop, please. Stop trying to find a man that has nothing in common with you. And stop trying to raise your expectations so damn high that you couldn't even fucking reach it if you tried. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what the fuck these people doing. They, like I said, they're throwing a gay agenda on us and our children. They don't want us to have black children no more. And I've heard black women, and I'm not saying all of them, but I heard a significant amount of them sit down and say they don't want to birth no more black boys. Then bitch, then how the fuck you gonna keep yourself going? White daddy ain't gonna take you in like that. And if you do get your ass pregnant, his ass gonna fucking dish you. He gonna dish you and that fucking baby, but you won't put child support on his ass. But if it's a brother that does the same thing, you'll put child support on him real quick. See, white daddy has always been able to get away with shit. But you don't even know how to fucking be a woman and say, you know what, I don't need this type of man in my life. I need a man who got a job. I need a man who really wants to be there for me. I want a man that's got his shit together, and I don't want to build a motherfucker. See, women, excuse my expression, women want to build a nigga. That's what a lot of these black women want, because, like I said before, it's nothing but control over the man. You get a builder nigga, a dude that don't got shit for, he ain't got no car, he ain't got no place to stay, he ain't got this, he ain't got that. Like I said, all he got is a garbage bag full of clothes and a PlayStation and some video games. And you are so giddy and happy to be with this nigga. Because he's a building nigga. See, building a lot of them cats like that, you can't build them because they don't want to be built. Those are mama boys. Those are them dudes, they still got mama issues. They sit in their mama house all year long, all day long, on their video games, sleeping, eating, bringing chicks in the room, smashing them. And then when the mama get tired of their fucking rhetoric, she kick him out of the house. You know what he do? He starts slinging dick. That's his only way. That's his only currency when it comes to a woman. And y'all like that shit because you know why? Because you motherfucking women are weak. Because when a real man is in the house with you and he start telling you this, that, the other, y'all can't take that. You can't take when a man start telling you, man, look, this is what's got to go down. You want this, I want this, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. It's structure. A lot of you women don't want structure. You want structure underneath your own way of doing shit. And 9 times out of 10, your shit ain't always right. This is why I'm by my fucking self. Because I don't need no stupid bitch trying to come up here and telling me some dumb shit talking about, you need to do it my way. Trust me. Trust me when I'm about to tell you. Yeah, I was like that in a way when I first started. When I first started dating, I dated this young chick. She had a son. Her son probably was, oh my God, I think her son was like 6 months old. And you out there giving me all the pussy I want. Couldn't keep your legs closed. Went from your baby daddy to me. Probably somebody way before me. And I think she was fucking other dudes when I was fucking her. But I'm telling you right the fuck now, I don't trust no motherfucking woman. Because a lot of these women nowadays, they ain't got nothing upstairs. They ain't got nothing on their minds. All they doing is just trying to get where they can get to, trying to use who they trying to use, do whatever they can do, to do whatever they can do to the person so they can get what they need. Only thing I say about that, man, y'all motherfuckers need to wake the fuck up and be on your fucking ding. So as black people and black men, y'all need to get y'all shit together, brothers. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm saying this for the men's. If you really watching what's going on, these people are really trying to get rid of us. They trying to replace us with these damn Hispanics that's coming in here. None of us got jobs. None of us are making businesses so we can hire one another. You know what I mean? Trust me, I understand it's tough out there. But a lot of you brothers who got money, you guys can turn around and buy stores. You can buy this, you can buy that. You can buy a sneaker store. I wouldn't even say a sneaker store, but if you did buy a sneaker store, at least it's something you can start with. A clothing store. This way, you know now you got something that you can help your people so they can dress nice. Okay, you got a supermarket. Now we can feed our people and feed them good food, because when you go to like Spanish, a lot of them Spanish stores, if they're not in Spanish neighborhoods, they sell us the nastiest fucking meats. Trust me. The one down the street from where I live at, they sell fucking rotten fucking meat. I swear, you walk in there, you can smell that stinky ass, rotten ass hamburger. I mean, one day I was going to buy a piece of fish from them. That fish was nasty. Nasty ass looking. It stunk like hell. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I go somewhere else and get it. I went to the fish market across the bridge and I got me a nice piece of fucking salmon for $24. And I was happy with that. Now this is a way back. This is like probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But I would never eat none of their food. If anything I went in there got was hot dogs, anything that's processed and already made that I have to just warm up. I wouldn't buy none of their hamburger meat. I'm not buying their pork chops. They pork chops stink. Their steaks stink. Smell like it's old ass meat. Like they just, like somebody just say, oh, it came from ShopRite, and is a week old. You got 2 weeks to sell this, and it's been sitting in they shit for a month. But when it's they shit and you go over across town out to the south side of where I live at, all they fucking meats are clean. It smells good. It don't fucking, the meat ain't rotten. Everybody throws shit in our neighborhoods, but then when it's time to throw shit back in their neighborhoods, it's like, whatever. All I gotta say to y'all is get your fucking minds right. We need to get our minds right. It's funny because the ladies, they're opening up small businesses and stuff like that, and they're doing it. Why aren't we creating businesses? Why ain't we creating blockades and setting our fucking areas up in our neighborhoods so it's just us? And another thing, we need to jump up on these motherfucking people, these mayors and governors who are constantly putting people of other descents in our neighborhood. Shit, they ain't slowly. They actually ramped up the fucking throwing us out of our own communities. They raising the rent, and then as soon as we get out, I bet you they'll drop that rent down. And where are we gonna be at? We're gonna be where? In the middle of fucking nowhere. They already got it to a point where you had to have good credit to rent a house, or you had to have 3 months or half of the year rent. Anything to stop us from renting. They want us out of the fucking picture completely. And I hate hearing people say, "Oh, people of color." They trying to put everybody underneath that umbrella. I spoke about this shit before. Back in the 60s, people of color only meant black people because we were called colored people. They didn't call the Asians colored people. They called them chinks. They called them gooks. They called them all types of fucking racial fucking names they could call them. They never called them colored people. They didn't call the fucking Latinos or the Hispanic groups. They never called them people of color or colored people. You know what they called them? WAPs. What's the other one? What's the other one they called them? Wetbacks, spics, shit like that. They never ever called any other culture of people of color. They hijacked that shit back in the early 2000s. I remember on the news one time, probably like 2005, 2004. Oh, people of color and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what do they mean people of color? They ain't people of color. We supposed to be the colored people. Even though I'm up here kind of, co-signing the name a bit. But let's get it real. Let's get it right. Let's go. Come on. We got to get this ship at 100%. It's got to be running at maximum. It's got to be running at maximum. Run it at maximum output, baby. Those terms were not created with them in mind. Now everybody is using it. You got these fucking Indians who don't like us. Everybody comes to this country with such filthy, fucked up ass mindsets against us. And a lot of them even harbor it in their fucking home countries. The white man don't like us. Nobody likes us. It's like I told you before, it's like being a kid in the schoolyard, and you are the one child that the bully constantly picks on. The other children will treat you the way the bully treats you. And then when the bully wants to turn his focus on your ass and punch you in the face and everybody start laughing. The kid who constantly gets bullied, he understands where you coming from right now. But because you want to be on the bully's team so bad because, okay, you treat me wrong today, but the Morris treat me better. I'm not you. He's always going to pick on you. I could take an ass whooping once or twice a year compared to you taking it every fucking day. We are more stronger together than apart. And that's the problem. And black people, we are fractured. And the other cultures, when they get they, excuse my expression again, nigga wake up call. When they get their nigga wake up call, then they start crying. They start trying to use our fucking leaders. No. Talk about your leaders, because all you motherfuckers do, y'all run from your fucking problems. You've always ran from your problems. You'll always leave your countries to come here to America, and then sit down and then you throw your lot in with the oppressor who really don't like you either. He uses you just like he uses me. You vote against your best interests so you can deprive us. Man, come on, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Get tired of this shit. Get tired of it. Relationship-wise, as black people, we can't get it together because, like I said, we so busy trying to be like Beyonce and Jay-Z and Rihanna and whoever the fuck and everybody else, instead of looking at ourselves and saying, we are special in our own right. We're special in our own right. We are different than them people. And yes, I said them people because they're celebrities and our black asses aren't. They can get on a jet tonight at 12 o'clock and end up in fucking Maui tomorrow by 5 o'clock in the morning. Whatever the fuck they want to go to. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us can't. Why people like Beyonce keep you dumbass black women single. Her and that damn Sierra talking about this is for all my single ladies, stay single and all that shit, but she married to fucking Russell Wilson. Beyonce's married to Jay-Z. Fucking Cardi B is married to Offset, or whoever the fuck that bitch is married to. Which I don't even give a fuck about Cardi B because she ain't black. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She's a fucking Latina fucking acting niggerish. And you dumb broads, you dumb women, y'all sit here and y'all keep that, y'all praise her. You praise her to my she keeping it real. I even seen a Spanish woman say, oh, she be keeping it real. No, she keeps it real dumb because when they asked her, did she let her children hear her music? She says no. If she kept it real so much, why you won't let your child hear that music that you're spewing? Because it's not made for her. It's made for all the dumb people who believe in what the fuck she puts out. Just like brothers, we sit here and a lot of us we like Jay-Z so much. We just listen to what the fuck he puts out, and we think it's the gospel truth. Fuck them. These are people who have sold their souls for fame and fortune, and in the process of selling their souls, they offered ours in the process. It was a part of the bargain. I'll sell my soul as long as I can bring more people to sell their souls with you, to give their souls to you. And we have given our souls to these people. I never liked to rap. After 1995, I stopped listening to rap. Rap went downhill after 1995. When 1995 hit, a lot of people sit there and they talk about Biggie Smalls being the greatest. His music was the end of rap. Tupac's music was good, but a lot of his music was also the beginning of the end of rap. I remember they had this what the fuck am I about to say? They had this group out called the Grave Diggers. If you ever listen to this shit was so demonic. It was really demonic. I remember I had they had a cool single. I think it was I liked the beat, but the song was dark as shit. And I remember listening to it, I had it in my car. I remember my cousin took that tape. He took the tape from me. Thank God he took that tape from me. Because if I kept listening to that shit, I think I would have never really got away from it. That shit was dark. I mean, one night, I think I listened to that tape so much one night, I had nightmares. I'm not lying to you. I had some serious nightmares, man. Some real bad ones. I mean, demonic shit. And the reason why, because I listened to that shit. That shit wasn't good for my soul. And my soul was telling me this. And my soul kind of let me peek and see what the fuck is really going on. You wake up, you understand. And that's what I done. I woke up and I understood. And like I said, when I start seeing Biggie Smalls and them, they all talking about dying and all this shit, I think you should stop listening to people when they start talking like that. Honest to God. Because I hear a lot of these young brothers, especially after that time too, talking about they'd rather die young instead of being an old man dying old. What's wrong with dying old? Your kids grow up without a father and you sitting here trying to live up to a lie that they sold you. Get your minds right, people. Black people, we are stiff-necked people like the Bible said we are. We don't want to do nothing right. We don't want to grow up. We want to be young for the rest of our fucking life. Like I said, I got a friend that's 68 years old this year. And this woman wants to be young so fucking bad. Don't get me wrong. She doesn't have kids. She couldn't have kids. Because she listened to a white man who took her fucking uterus out. You understand? She's 68 years old, still running around here getting high, smoking all types of weed and drinking because she bought into the niggerish lifestyle. And guess what? I don't even fuck with her no more. I don't get high. I'm really not a drinker. I don't drink, really. I don't drink at all, basically. But with somebody like her, I can't enjoy a good night of talking because she doesn't talk about nothing. She's mindless. A grown-ass motherfucking woman who's fucking mindless. She ain't got shit on her fucking mind but just being dumb. People like that, I leave them alone. I had my fun with her. I'm off. And I know there's going to be some price of women that say, that's fucked up. You said you had your fun with her. I did. Don't think that she ain't getting nothing out the fucking deal. She may got some hard dick and bubble gum, but she also got some goods from me. We did some things. We went places and enjoyed ourselves. But she ain't the type of woman who knows about shit. Because she's only stuck in one fucking place. I can't take her nowhere because she's constantly screaming and hollering, yipping and yelling and screaming like somebody trying to kill her. Loud, indiscreet, can't stand people like that. And some people like, oh, you think you're better than that. No, motherfucker, I just know how to act in fucking public. Why can't a motherfucker act in public properly? I had one chick years ago. We go to the beach. I think I talked about that. The gentleman, he ordered all this big shit for his family, got it. All he wanted was a fork, and because he didn't get a couple forks and he wanted napkins. So he says, excuse me, mind if I get over here and get some? I said, no problem. So I go and pull the girl next to me. I said, hold on, he trying to get by. He said, excuse me. She goes crazy. She's screaming and hollering, this is America. This is America. You say excuse me. I said, whoa. I said, woman, the man said, excuse me. You were so busy running your goddamn mouth, you didn't hear him. You're supposed to protect me. The man didn't try to hurt you. He said, excuse me, and you were running your motherfucking mouth. People like that, these are the people who get your ass killed. Seriously, on some real shit. These are people who will get you fucking killed. Because they don't know how to shut the fuck up. They don't know how to fucking pick their motherfucking battles. Sherzad Ali said this. She said, a woman will book you for a fight and then leave you to die. I swear to God, boy, she ain't lying. A woman will book a man for a fight real quick. And if he loses and he dies or he loses his life in the process, she'll walk off. Like, you ain't, oh, well, you dead, so you should have won the fight. You ain't, and she'll walk off with the winner probably. Like I said, it's time for us to grow up. We've been in this fucking cocoon of stupidity since the female, the liberation movement, what they call the feminist movement, back in the late 60s, early 70s. You teach your children this, and your children has nothing but regurgitated the same teacher over and over and over again. And it's gotten worse over the span of a lifetimes. I'm gonna make another video in a few minutes because I'm about to lose out time. So I'm gonna get up off of here. So hang tight, and I'll make another video. Peace.